What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the evolution of Sports Talk Television. It's the Sports Web on what is it today? Did you Bucs fans forget? I think there's a lot of Bucs fans that forgot. What was it, a 3-game losing streak? The sky is falling. Fire everybody. Get rid of everybody. Break out the moving trucks. It's over with. It's time to jump off the Skyway Bridge as your Tampa Bay Buccaneers break that losing streak, that 3-game losing streak by defeating the Arizona Cardinals 20-17. So what is it? Is it a victory? It is a victory. Victory! Monday here on the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time, and for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay sports fan, especially you Go Bucs fans, it's your time. So how do we start off this great time that we're going to have tonight? 3 things. You know them. You love them. You got to have them. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. On tonight's show, we will have Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire, talking about what else? Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the number 1 seed in the NFC. Yes, don't look now. The Chicago Bears. How about that? And then we will have a special guest on. Now, the long-lost best of the Bay, Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy will be on with us. And then, as always, we will take your phone calls, go through the game, because I know some of you didn't get a chance to call in. We'll go about an hour and a half. Family is in town. We're having another little Thanksgiving celebration here. We're going to enjoy our time, so I'm going to try to keep this short tonight. But you know the phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Got to do it again. Victory! Love that. So let's go out to the webheads, and then we'll get out to Harry the Greek. What's up, Peter? Victory Monday. How about those Bucs, baby? Fire the cannon! I shall. Let's go out to this guy.
Damn it, Jim. What the hell is the matter with you?
Let's go, Peter Blake. I'll tell you what, hold off on the phone calls. I know you want to call in, but let me go ahead, set the table here. And then, Trevor, you can call back. Welcome to the Sports Web. Yes, it is the Sports Web. We will talk more than Bucs. Of course, big-time move by USF, no longer having Alex Golish, in case you missed the breaking news from yesterday, going to Auburn. So we'll put this out there, USF Bulls fans, because I didn't forget about you. Who do you want the Bulls to hire as the coach? Who do you want Derek Brooks to hire Rob Higgins to look at? Is it John Gruden? Is it somebody else? Throw a name out there. Put it in the box, of course. Facebook stars are open. Like and subscribe to YouTube there, the Sports Web right there, YouTube Super Chats. And by the way, on Facebook, we went over 8,000 followers on Facebook. So just keeps on growing. Thank you, Ben Housel. I appreciate you. Bring your passion. Just don't bring any nonsense. Fire Todd Bowles on defense.
That's good enough to suck right there.
Okay. Almost lost to a bad team. Come on, Peter. Bowles still needs to go. I don't quite understand this again. I'm not really understanding. Almost lost. You didn't lose. You won. All right. Before I go and just have a nuclear meltdown with some of you people, let's get out to him. He'll calm me down, or maybe he'll just rile me up. He does stir it sometimes. Let's go out to him. Here we go. Let's go out to Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire. We'll I mean, where do we start here? I mean, do we start with the Bucs being 7-5 and all hope not being lost? The sky's not falling. Do we start with this comment right here? Almost, right? Almost lost to a bad team. By the way, that team coming in was scoring 23 points a game. Bucs defense held them to 17. Still not good enough. I know you like these numbers, right? You like numbers, you like stats. You guys love those stats and numbers, don't you? According to Pro Football Focus, 27 pressures, quarterback pressures by the Bucs yesterday. So they did get some pressure. It doesn't look good on the score sheet when it comes
to... The man on the milk carton is no longer there. And to that guy that says almost, there you go.
And
almost only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and shit fights.
Well,
Okay,
that's it.
it's still a W. You can say the same thing about when the Buccaneers had that phenomenal start in the beginning part of the year. They almost lost, but they
Yes.
almost didn't either. I mean, the bottom line is they started off really hard. They're still in first place. They have a slight lead. Kudos to the Carolina Panthers, Pete. I told you this team was kind of dangerous,
You did.
and and everybody was like, "Oh man, you see what the Rams did to Tampa? They're going to destroy Carolina." I went,
Mhm. Mhm.
"Eh,
Not so fast. That's why they play the games. All you hopeless Bucs fans today saying, well, if they have that kind of effort that they had against Arizona, they're definitely going to get swept and lose the division. By the way, let's go ahead and give a numbers update. According to Greg Allman of Fox Sports, if the Bucs win their next 3 games, including New Orleans, Atlanta, and Carolina, they will win the NFC South, period. Now, of course, it's all in front of you at this point. It may not be easy. It may come down to the last game, which I think a lot of people
I don't.
anticipate.
It's not coming down to the
Okay.
last game, Peter.
Okay.
We were talking about this when everybody was ready to jump off the Skyway Bridge. Hey, Turbo, say hello to everybody.
Hello,
When
Turbo. Hello,
when
my
when,
friend.
when everybody was, I think he heard you, Pete.
Hello,
You know,
Turbo.
honestly, it's when everybody was getting ready to jump off the Skyway Bridge because this team lost 3 in a row, and oh my God, here
Yes.
comes Carolina. Well, I don't know why everybody's so surprised. Carolina's a pretty damn good football team. I was talking about this in the beginning part of the season when I said it wasn't the Falcons you had to worry about this year. It was going to be Carolina. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Exactly.
ends up being a 2-team race. But the Buccaneers got through that 3-game stretch. And I fully anticipate with a healthy team, and it's getting their ball players back, they're going to win the NFC South, and they should
Oh.
run the card going all the way out.
Oh, listen to you. You are definitely going my direction tonight. That's the reason why you're the co-host. And send that link to Ray if you can, or
I
I'll send it
already
to him.
did. I think I
Okay.
did.
Okay. All right. So Todd Bowles talked about Jalen McMillen. Ian Rappaport had a report yesterday that said that Jalen McMillan will get back on the practice field. He was asked. He's been running. Bowles said today of McMillan, it's just a matter of him putting on the helmet and seeing where he has strength with his neck. He'll start doing more this week. We'll see exactly whether it's individual, whether certain other drills this week as well. And this week, and we'll start moving forward. He also was asked about the possibility of Mike Evans returning to practice this week. And he says, and I quote, that's a possibility as well. So maybe, I don't know. I was thinking about this because I think about football 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, including, twice on Sundays and holidays, whatever. Maybe the reason why the Bucs didn't make a trade in the first place for a wide receiver that everybody wanted or a defensive lineman, because there's a possibility they could get back Elijah Cansey here in the next. Maybe it's because they knew, because they're actually medical doctors and they have medical people, not people that are trained on Facebook, not getting your degrees, not watching Grey's Anatomy or ER or whatever the hell medical show is out there right now, House. Maybe they knew that some of these guys were going to come out and this was their plan in the first place. What do you think about that?
I'm not one to hypothecate.
Okay. Look at you using big words tonight.
Yes. But anyway, I'm not one to hypothecate, but let's be real here.
Yes.
This team would be much better off if Jason Light did his job correctly. And again, I've been standing on a soapbox screaming for accountability, especially when it comes to Jason Light.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, nobody's holding them accountable. You need to go out there and get yourself an edge rusher, okay? Because so far, 2 of them haven't shown up, and you had injuries in the interior part of this defensive line. You should have kicked the tires on something, but they are getting their people back. They don't play in one of the, how do I put it?
Well,
they don't play in one of the toughest divisions, okay?
Right,
They
right.
really don't. I mean, it's
Right.
honestly a 2-team race.
Mm-hmm.
So from a financial standpoint and a business standpoint, I get it. But I still would have liked them to see them kick the tires on a couple of defensive ends or some pass rushers or even some linebackers. Because quite frankly, Levante David, he's not what he was. Okay?
Right. He's up there in age.
Right. He's up there in age, and we kind of figured that would possibly happen this year. But I got a funny feeling for the playoffs, he might be able to turn that switch up one more time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, again, that's what it comes down to for me. You talk about Jason Light. He believes in Kalijah Cansey. I believe in Kalijah Cansey. I've talked to him on this show a couple months ago. He can't stay healthy, but once again, it goes back to, when do you need these players? Do you need them at the beginning of the year? Of course, you like to have them. Do you need them in the middle of the year? Of course, you like to have them. But you know what? Sometimes you can't have them. Here's where you can have them. During the stretch run, when you really need them, and Kalijah Cansey, adding him to that defensive line, that definitely opens up opportunities. So now I will throw it out there. I'll read the comments in just a moment, but let's go out to Trevor because he's one of our best webheads. We won't forget him. The open phone lines are there.
I'm gonna mute my mic for a second, okay?
Yes, I already sent the link to Ray too, by the way. So there you go. So we'll see if we can get Trevor on here. Maybe we can't get him on here. Maybe that's the only time he was available. I don't know. I call people back. Oh, look at this. Trevor, hello. Welcome to the evolution, my friend. How you doing?
What's going on, fellas? How you doing?
Well, I mean, what is it, man? What is it? It's
Victory Monday.
Victory Monday, baby. That's right. It is. It's back here on the evolution.
Yeah. So I'll be honest with you, Peter. Like, at first, I was even though we won, I guess you could call me a spoiled brat yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't pleased as to how we won.
I understand it. I
felt like we need to put our foots on their neck and make a statement. But after sleeping on it, I've come to this conclusion: like, hey, Bucky Irvin, he came back.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Godwin came back. It's their first game. I know Chris played last week, but he was on the pitch count.
Correct.
They got to it's going to take some time to get acclimated back into, the grind offensively with those guys.
But never apologize for a win.
We won the game, and I'm happy that we're 7-5 and still, in control of our own destiny. Because here's why I was in my feelings. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Sure.
Why I got the NFL ticket, so I was watching our game and the Carolina game. I had two screens up. I was watching both games simultaneously, and I saw what Carolina was doing. I was a little jealous of what they were doing. I'm like, you freaking bastards were over here dominating LA, and we got our ass kicked by LA. So I think that influenced me. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But nonetheless, I do want to apologize to my team. We're 7-5. We're still in the mix. One game at a time. We got New Orleans coming up Sunday, and let's just keep this shit going, man.
That's it. And this is what
don't ever apologize. Hold on, Trevor. Don't ever apologize for a win. How they got the win is irrelevant. Because again, you still have to be lucky than good.
For my spoiled behavior. That's what I was apologizing.
No, I get it. And it's just it's not a hidden fact. Everybody knows I'm a Buck fan, and I'm a huge Chicago Bear fan. Chicago's got the number 1 seed right now, but everybody's overlooking the fact that, hold on, you ready? They've scored over 300 points, but they also given up over 300 points. But yet they're the number 1 seed right now. I just want people to grasp that. Oh, by the way, that team that's given up 300 points has had in the last 3 games 6 players on defense. Your entire secondary and your entire linebacking core out. They haven't even played. Even the backups were out. But here, get this. This is even more important. They lead the league in turnovers, in takeaways. So for a defense that's given up all these points, they're making it back up in turnovers. You're not going to see anybody in Chicago apologizing that they're leading their division and leading the league right now in the National Football League.
Exactly.
They have holes on it. Okay. Every team does. Even the illustrious Rams that beat the brakes off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have holes on that team. And I identified those holes last week when I said it was their secondary. And what did they expose? Carolina exposed that secondary in that game. There's no team that doesn't have holes. So for all the people that hate Todd Bowles, hate this defense, I just gave you a couple of examples. I hope it helps.
Well, there you go. And still Bowles needs to go. Stand by, Trevor. Let me put you on hold really quick. Corey, Corey, we got Trevor on the line. We're going to finish up with Trevor, and then just stay on hold here, my friend, okay?
All
right, stand by. All right, Trevor, let's go back out to you. You go ahead and finish up, my friend.
Yeah, so for me, I wasn't necessarily upset with the the defense, excuse me. I was more so kind of let down by the offense.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like, I'm like, come on, guys. Like, look, let's get this thing over with. Let's score another touchdown so we can woo-sigh and get ready for New Orleans. Defensively, I would like to see us tackle better. But nonetheless, Tom Brady used to say this all the time. There's no such thing as perfect football. And so that is so true. You know what I mean? So nonetheless, we were able to make the play. Shout out to Antoine Winfield for that pick. We definitely needed it.
Yep.
And who recovered that fumble?
I believe it was forced fumble by Logan Hall, and it was recovered by Tyke Smith.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So shout out to those guys for being alert and just getting the ball back for us, because those things were huge. I mean, worst case scenario, you're taking points off the board for the other team.
Correct.
Even if we don't score.
By the way, they averaged 23 points coming in. 23 points coming in, and you held them to 17. Trevor, thanks a lot for the call. Use that second one, man, here on a Victory Monday. Do me a favor, by the way. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Go.
Bring the passion. Bring the excitement. Just don't bring the nonsense. I probably messed that up.
Boom. You got it. All right, Trevor. We'll see you later, my friend. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go out to Corey here. Corey, welcome to the Evolution.
Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucs know how to shine.
Yeah.
Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucs know how to shine.
Come on, sing it. Come on, sing it.
Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucs know how to shine. Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucs know how to shine.
Love it. Good stuff there, my friend. Good stuff. Fire those cannons.
Hey, ain't no money like Victory Monday, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Victory! I take them anywhere they come, Peter.
Thank you. Doesn't it feel better to get up in the morning and have your breakfast, have your lunch, get up and look at your computer screen? You're not so angry or agitated. You don't have to go on social media and deal with nonsense of people saying Todd Bowles should be fired, Jason Light should be fired, they should get rid of Baker Mayfield, they should get rid of this player.
I just don't understand it.
Is they the 90 bucks or the 80 bucks? Because they don't know what this franchise I've been through.
If this team wins a division and they win 10 or 12 ball games, how can this be in the conversation that you need to fire somebody? I just don't get it.
Because they're not improving. He's like Tony Dungy. The defense is not getting any better.
You know what? And I just had a conversation with Tampa Bay Ray earlier tonight about this. Okay, let me expound on this. For everybody that thinks that John Gruden came in here and won this team a championship, I got real bad news for you. He did it.
Right.
He did it with Tony Dungy's team. John Gruden's a really good coach, but don't ever discount what Tony Dungy did. He took Tony Dungy's team and won the Super Bowl. I implore anybody to tell me a quarterback that John Gruden has ever developed. Okay?
Right.
Ever developed. He hasn't. Tony Dungy has. I've seen him do it.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to tell me why they want to fire a head coach for success. I don't get it. You know what the bottom line can be? Start looking at the general manager, please. Okay? Because the head coach is only going to be able to coach the players that they're drafting. Last time I checked, your head coach is not out there in the draft. He may be, advising who they may like, but it's not ultimately his decision. It's his boss. He needs to be held accountable.
Well,
I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel.
But to be fair to Jason Light, he's had a lot more hits than misses. Yes,
he has, but he's had a lot of misses.
Well, when it comes
and he's being Stu Sternbergish when it comes to getting off his wallet and getting. Come on, Pete.
I think
that's the truth. You got to spend some money. There's no reason. You know what? I didn't want to say it, okay? But this team is talented. but it's not as talented. It's not as talented as 3 or 4 other teams in the NFC. They have the potential to be, but you know what? You spend a little money and you put this team over the top. This is not the head coach's fault. I don't think it's
the head coach's fault. I think, again, also injuries happen, and this team has been, beat up by injuries, whether it's the offensive line, whether it's the wide receiver, whether it's the running back, whether it's losing, a defensive player like a Kancey. And, give Jason Light credit. He did spend $14 million on Hassan Reddick, and Reddick still has to prove himself, but he's been right. He hasn't been.
Listen, I hope I'm wrong on Hassan Reddick. Okay, I really am. But is this team's in the middle of a playoff push, a middle of a division race? You needed to spend a few dollars and kick the tires on an average. It doesn't have to be Myles Garrett. That would have been nice. It didn't have to be Max Crosby. But for God's sake, there were other people that were out there.
But like who? Jalen Phillips? I mean, Jalen Phillips hasn't been anything to write home about. He hasn't been able to stay healthy. You give up a third-round pick. You give up a third-round pick, Harry. That's a Tyke Smith. You give up a third-round pick. That's a Jalen McMillen. You give up a third-round pick. That's a potential.
Hey, Peter, didn't the linebackers have some pass rushing linebackers?
Peter, you're also the same person I posed this question to when I said, are you going to sell your soul to the devil? Hold on. You're going to sell your soul to the devil to win a Super Bowl? And you said right on this show, yep, do whatever it takes. We're going to win one. Well, this is the same thing. You're in first place. I'm not saying to go out there and go get yourself Tom Brady and everybody else. You needed to upgrade your defensive line. Okay, more so than even your offensive line. Peter, I don't want to be rude to him. Give him his walk-up music. Let's get him on.
Yeah, let's get him on. All right, Corey, anything?
Corey, great call. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to take over your call.
I went to the game, man, and I enjoyed myself. Finally, the stadium took over by an opposing team and everything. So I had a good time, man. I seen when they ran that play, the words right in the end zone. I was right by the end zone, man.
Nice, man. Nice. So there's definitely juice there with not only Godwin coming back to that offense.
You're right, David. You're right.
Chris Godwin. But also it looking, again, Bucky Irving getting him back. Corey, appreciate the call. Use that second one when you want to, my friend.
Right.
All right?
All right. Yep.
Appreciate you. All right, let's go out to Mr. Best of the Bay himself.
Mr. Kennedy!
Oh, look at what we got right now. Mr. Superstar himself doing his radio show. Can't make an appearance anymore on the sports web. Can't cover USF, can't cover the Bucs. It's good to have you back. I'm thankful for you. And with that being said, go ahead, give me some beginning thoughts here before we go out to the phone lines as they're ringing off the hook. Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy, Best of the Bay.
It's good to be back. Take these calls. Let's go. Let's get these. It's Overreaction Monday. Let's get it going. You guys have already started.
Overreaction Monday. It is a Victory Monday.
Victory!
Jim.
Damn it, Jim. What the hell is the matter with you?
Turn down your radio. Welcome to the Evolution.
Oh, sorry. Hey, what's going on, guys?
We're doing good. Don't read that comment, please.
No, I don't mind bringing it up, but I'm asking why. Why?
Because he likes to troll. He thinks he's funny, so we don't pay attention to any of his stupid comments. He won't get any publicity at all. All right, Jim, what's on your mind?
Hey, I just want to go over what you guys have been talking about. Let me start out with Jason Light, man. I think you're right, Harry, man. Now that you brought it up, he needs to get him some defense.
Well, but again, when you have to get some defense, you're going to have to give up multiple first-round picks. So are you willing to do that? And if you're willing, if you're willing to do that, let's say you give up multiple first-round picks and you get Trey Hendrickson, who, by the way, is a free agent. So not only do you have to give up a premium pick, which Cincinnati was not willing to do because they didn't trade him.
But you were for it then, Pete.
Yeah, but he was hurt. You're looking at the possibilities. There wasn't a player. If you're telling me Max Crosby is out there for, two first-round picks, okay. But from everything that I've heard, from everything that I'm privy to, there was not a player out there that you're willing to trade for. So, and then on top of it, if your plan is to go with what you have, which means Kalijah Kancey coming back in a couple weeks to solidify that defensive line, then I understand it. Now I get it. If he was out for the year, okay. But were there any players out there that were sitting there saying, Okay, besides Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, you're not going to get him. Of course, you're not going to get him. He signed an extension. Who are you going to get? Quinnen Williams? What did you trade for Quinnen Williams? Has he made a difference with the Dallas Cowboys?
Huge.
Yes, he has absolutely made a difference for the Dallas Cowboys. But who else? Who else was out there?
It's just there was just no rumors about who they were going to go get. There was no speculation,
doesn't necessarily mean it wasn't happening. It doesn't mean that wasn't happening.
But the point I'm trying to make, and we're getting really off track here, and I think Ray's going to agree with me. There's all these people out there that want to fire Todd Bowles and they want to blame him, and they're not giving the accountability to the GM. Number one, and I ask you, and I implore everybody just to take a minute, not to try to prove a point and be able to point fingers like politics at the right and left. Just take a look inside. Who led this team to a Super Bowl on defense?
I agree.
It was Todd Bowles, but there was a huge difference in personnel. That defense back then is light years ahead of what they currently. It's not even close. It's not even in the same zip code. Okay.
Right. And I'll tell you this. Is my sound okay, by the way, Pete? One check.
Yeah, it sounds good.
And I'm not saying the blame lies with Jason Light, and it doesn't lie with him because as Bucs fans, you're supposed to be going, well, you know what? He took a big shot when he shouldn't have it. He's following the recipe from 2014 when he drafts Mike Evans. Ibuka. He's got Chris Godwin coming off a second injury. He has an injury, a severe injury, and injured again this year. So he's drafting that number one receiver, and then he put all the eggs in the basket with Hassan Reddick at $15 million. But he figured they were going to be able to score enough points to do it. And think about it. The 5 games we won against teams we didn't deserve to, we barely won by 1 or 2 points and 3, and then we barely lost these by a single point. He planned on scoring more points than the other team, and they almost still do, except they can't because he had all the injuries. But they're coming back. But, yeah, if you're looking for the blame as far as – and it's not like blame, fire him. Don't fire, make him walk the blank. It's just LP Jason Light should have maybe, instead of taking Ibuka, which I think we all agree was a great choice out of Ohio State, maybe they should have went solid defensive end or rush and get that rush. Now you have other quarterbacks like Josh Allen and them paying attention. That was just
right. If they would have went for a defensive end in the middle of the year and traded for one, that, my friend, would have turned around and said, Jason, you swung and missed with $15 million. At some point, you've got to check your ego at the door. And I'm not saying that was the issue. I'm just speculating that's what it was. I'm not saying that they should have gotten somebody. I would have liked to have seen them at least pursue somebody. Pete's bringing up a very logical point. Who was out there? We don't know who else was out there because they didn't kick the tires and make the offer. That's the point that I'm trying to make. You had to address something. But, yeah, that's correct, that we know of. And, I have very reliable sources because I told you a couple of them.
Jim, please turn on your radio. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jim. Turn on your radio, please.
What are you hearing? Are you hearing the background?
Yeah, I'm hearing
Harry twice. Yeah.
Hang on. Let me shut Ray's mic off. I don't hear it anymore, but hang on. Do I hear it again? No, I do not. The point I'm trying to make is they didn't go out and try it. I'm not mad about it. I would have liked to have seen it. And if I'm right about the fact that if they would have got another defensive end, that would have been like, hey, Jason, you swung and missed. But who knows? They may not have swung and missed. This guy may turn it on in the playoffs and get 8 or 9 sacks. I don't know. And all I know is with their current personnel, they're not going to go that far. And I hate to condemn them.
Well, my point is, though, Kalijah Cansey, if you get him back in the fold, that definitely makes a difference on that defensive line. Maybe that was the plan all along, as crazy as it sounds. All right, Jim, go ahead and finish up your point.
Sorry, Jim. I didn't mean to take over your call.
Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
Hey, yeah, man, I agree with you, Harry, on that Jason Light. And, hey, Tampa Bay Ray, man, let's go down the rabbit hole a little bit, man. What about these referees, bro? Every game is something.
Guys, you can't.
Holding on fantasy, holding on our Pro Bowl offensive player.
And then we go. They're doing the quick review. Somehow the quick review determines 3 weeks ago a receiver, the interception goes turning over. The Bucs had reception. Somehow the referee said, well, we quick reviewed it and we're supposed to make. And the thing is, and then we go back to the Josh Allen, the big touchdown he threw. We all saw, guys. Is anyone but the 4 of us right now in here, Jim and Pete and Harry? Did we not see that 35-second clock go to 0-0 for at least a second to 2, and then Josh scrambles and throws a big 45-yard touchdown? I mean, guys, at the end of the day, you're getting instant replay to make sure, OBJ is getting that one-handed, circus catch was great. That sells money, posters, and probably gets more parlay bets with Exoticas. But at the end of the day, get the nuts and bolts right. And the Bucs are getting screwed on the nuts and bolts this year, Jim. I agree.
Well, yeah, and a lot of teams are, but that was a terrible call yesterday when it comes to holding. I've never seen such a terrible call in my life when it comes to Tristan Wirfs. I didn't see it at all, and it nullifies a touchdown. He had a couple calls that nullified touchdowns, so those are big at the end of the day.
Peter, every game is something. We talk about this every single game.
I'm telling you, you do. You're absolutely correct, Jim. I appreciate the call as always, my friend. All right.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you?
Use that second one if you want to, okay? Good stuff. Open phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Get a defensive coordinator, says Van House Life. That's been the popular thing there. Let's go out to Parrish. What's up, PB? Victory Monday.
Victory!
A win is a win. Carl says Victory Monday. Go Bucs.
Victory!
Yes, right there. Let's go out to Ed. Ed, welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television, my friend.
Hey, I had to call in because I can see you guys have an all-star crew on tonight. That's great news. Great show. You guys are doing great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I want to discuss this. Okay, so during our Super Bowl year with Tom Brady, they acquired Tom Brady, and then he did go on a spending spree. Bringing in
they did 2 years.
To put us over the top.
2 years they did it. They went all in for Brady.
Yes.
And I'm not saying
people had to want to come here, though. I mean, it wasn't like Leonard Fournette wasn't going to get $5 million a year. He was going to come here and get a ring. And Antonio Brown was a big spend.
They sold their soul. They lost their players, and they still won a division every year since.
And you know what? It's a good point because I was definitely
that's a good point. That's a good base.
Right.
We got a good base of players now.
After losing Tom Brady and Gronkowski and Fournette, I can keep going on and on and on and on, and they're still winning division. Yeah. And yes, because the division sucks. I've already seen in the comments. I get it. Yeah. I hear you. But don't ever apologize for the division you're in, and don't ever apologize for a victory. I'm sorry. You just don't do it.
A lot
Let
of
me make my point here, and then I'll get off here, and you guys can talk about me all you want.
Sorry about that, man.
So that's no problem. You've been stealing people's calls all night long. I'm not taking it personally.
I like this guy.
So anyways, what my point is this. Okay, so maybe he just doesn't think that it's the right time to go that way and start spending mad money. Maybe he doesn't think they're ready. Or maybe he got a bad taste in his mouth from doing it the last time.
Well,
so I guess we just have to figure out what's going on in his head.
Well, I think it maybe could be the Glazers too. And the Glazers definitely would have some part in spending money. But I just believe that Jason thought, like a lot of Bucs fans thought, like we told you, getting a Hassan Reddick who's been able to do it in his career. He's not a bum. He's 59 sacks. He was productive. I get it. He had the one bad year with the Jets that wasn't indicative of what he was going to do for the Bucs, and he hasn't really been able to show that promise that the Bucs thought he was going to bring because they signed him to $14 million. So they went out there, they got Reddick. You have Yaya Diaby. You think that Kancey's going to be able to stay healthy. He wasn't because, again, you guys look at that defense the first couple weeks, they were getting after it. Now they lost Kancey. You're playing a rookie. I mean, it's amazing that this team is 7-5. I get it. Everybody wants them to go after, somebody, a linebacker. But, teams are not trading away, edge rushers for nothing. You're giving up picks.
These linebackers, Braswell Jr., these linebackers are starting to show up. Yaya, Servachier. I mean, at the end of the day, it's and I like that you mentioned the fact with Kalijah Kancey because we've been looking back with the 50 years of Bucs memories this year, and especially this week with Simeon Rice, and I was going through old pictures of that Bucs D line under Dungy, and it took me back to that first year and first 1 and 2 years with Brad Culpepper and Warren Sapp underneath inside. And they remind me a lot of what a Kalijah Kancey and what a Vita Vea can be for this team. And they were getting after it those first 2 weeks. But again, I think that kind of plays into it. I think a general manager has to go, okay, I'm going to mortgage here. I'm going to spend here. I got to hope nobody gets hurt. You got to hope you don't get injuries to the key areas.
And let me throw out, and I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. It just thought in my head, right? What if you go after a pass rusher and you got to pay him over $30 million a year because they're not growing on trees,
It
And
better
what
be
is the-
Myles Garrett.
Well, listen, I would love Myles Garrett, but if you sign a player like that, even though I don't necessarily believe in the salary cap, there's gonna be, you're definitely gonna have some. There's gonna be some issues there with possibly signing Baker Mayfield to an extension because he's a free agent. And you're gonna.
No, I was gonna say, let's not make any mistakes.
Maybe that's why he didn't go and get some high price talent, because he knows next year he's going to sign Baker.
You got to sign Baker,
but I think we all don't. The three of us agree that if we'd have went after a Trey Hendrickson, if it doesn't cost you mortgaging a future, a Micah Parsons, if it's just this year a first rounder and we got to pay him $40 million, this team through these lean weeks against these great teams that we've had, not so much success against, these have been the best. If we'd have had that solid Micah Parsons shutdown rush, it would have been a lot different. It wouldn't be sitting at 7-5 right now. It'd probably be 10-3, 11-2. I mean, at the end of the day,
I just think you hit the nail on the head, right? And Ed, appreciate the call as always, my
Thank
friend.
you.
All right, yeah, absolutely. Use the second one. They're trying to outscore teams. They talked about this in the offseason. Todd Bowles even subscribed to the theory of we're going to outscore teams. So if you have Jalen McMillen, if you have Mike Evans, if you have Bucky Irving, if you have Chris Godwin in the fold, do you think that you can help your defense out? Do you think your defense, that pressure, if you have Kalijah Cansey, everything is different. I don't think it's tough to anticipate injuries. You could put the talent on the field there, but you can't anticipate injuries because they're
going into this season. Let's go back to preseason. What's the one position? We talked about this. What's the one position the Bucs can, have a little bit of issue with slowing out of the gate? Receiver. We've got 18 receivers that were fantastic. And it turned out that we got leaned through we had 10-year-olds playing wide receiver. So, and they still almost over.
But those 10-year-olds that are playing wide receiver, by the way, Ibuka could be up for Rookie of the Year. And Tez Johnson, by the way, he caught 5 touchdowns and he was a 7th-round pick. So let's go ahead again, keep it in perspective when it comes to Jason Light.
Well, no, I'm not saying he's not scoring. I'm just saying they'd have had possession. They wouldn't have let other teams score points. It would have been Evans and Godwin getting it across the middle and continuing drives. But
and I also want to be clear, talking about Todd Bowles, I have my issues with him. Okay, I do. And I don't like some of the bonehead calls that he makes, but I could tell you about 32 other coaches that do the same thing.
Correct.
I have my issues with Todd Bowles. But what I'm saying is I'm just trying to get people to open up their minds a little bit, broaden their horizons, and look at the bigger picture. Okay, you can only deal with what you have in front of you. Yes. Should he have called a timeout in certain plays? Should he have challenged others? You know what? Yes, but we're not on the field to see exactly what he's seeing. You got to cut him some slack. Like, for instance, certain coaches like to go for it on fourth down all the time.
Sure.
When you make it, you're a hero. When you don't make it, you're like, what the F were you
Dan
thinking?
Campbell.
Dan Campbell looks like he's looking for a knee to bite.
There is a fan base here with the Bucs who would like Dan Campbell because he
You don't want Dan Campbell.
But that's what I'm saying, though. He's a guy that goes for it on 4th down and is not successful. He's also a guy that's won 2 games in the playoffs. But you want Dan Campbell over a Todd Bowles.
Can I ask you guys, though?
More emotional.
We talked about earlier, another caller ago, we talked about where the bad calls this year against the Bucs. And I think one of the biggest continuing things against Todd Bowles is we know he can get excited in the locker room and in the preseason. Don't we want to see him walk out and just yell at these officials and try to get justification? Sean McVay would do it. I know Sean, all these other coaches. And so is it Todd Bowles' fault that he just, it's not his nature to do that? And is that the one thing that if he did that everybody be like, okay, he still won his division 4 years in a row and he still goes after it when he needs to?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I know there's a lot more Bucs fans that want him to be aggressive. Alex, we'll get out to you in just a moment.
That's funny, David.
But here's also the thing. There are plenty of teams when they talk about playing linebackers in coverage that did it this week. You saw Micah Parsons go out in coverage. You saw Josh Sweat yesterday for Arizona go out in coverage. So enough of the nonsense of, well, all he does is put guys in coverage. Every NFL defense, every defensive coordinator does the same thing. You're just more focused on it now because it's not working out. Let me go out to Alex. Alex, welcome to the Evolution.
Evening, guys.
Evening.
Well, listen, talking about these two real quick. I'm not going to criticize Jason Light because I think he's done a great job. While I do agree with Harry on the fact that maybe go out and get someone, especially maybe to help with the pass rush or whatever it may be on the defense. Jason, I think, did a good job. You just can't predict injuries. Injuries is just something you can't predict. So while no one can predict, who gets hurt during the season, X, Y, and Z, we started the season very, what I thought was on a strong note. Talking about Todd Bowles, though, I think what he's done, even putting aside this 3-game stretch where we lost, come on, how many people had us beating the Rams? How many people even had us beating the Bills or the Pats? I mean, besides the Rams, those other 2 games were kept pretty close. But this goes back to some stuff that he makes, what Harry was just talking about, making crucial decisions. The third down can be talked about for a long time, or the third and fourth down can be talked about forever against the Pats. I mean, there are some decisions, but I think what Todd Bowles has done with this team and the injuries and getting through the stretch and coming out of this week with the win. Granted, people are expected a blowout. You just got Bucky Irving back. He looked good. You just got Chris Godwin back. He looked good. The future ahead should look very bright. The future for the rest of the season should look very bright. We're playing the Saints this week. An easy win. Easy should be hopefully an easy dub. Now again,
you just cursed him.
I know, right?
Oh my God!
From here.
Oh, stop it! Don't ever say that, especially even during a horse race. Don't do that. Oh my God!
I snorted.
Go ahead, Alex.
Go ahead, Alex.
No, guys, listen. I think what Todd Bowles has done this year, all things considered, has been extraordinary. Like I said, everyone thought that it was going to be pretty ugly. It's really hard to manage NFL games.
It's hard to win
when you're missing X, Y, and Z all across the roster.
Yes. Ask the Atlanta Falcon fans if they like to be where the Bucs are. Ask them.
Now that, my friend, is a talented
and that's a good
football
and that's a good team.
Now that's a really talented football team with
exactly.
Now, let me be very clear. With a very bad head coach.
Very bad.
Right.
Raheem's about to be fired as a Falcons head coach for the second time. The first time he was thrown in there. The second time, he's not going to deserve to stay there. Would you like
to be Arizona? I mean, they have talent on their team on both sides of the ball.
Arizona's not a bad team. And for everybody that says that, oh, my God, all they did is they beat Arizona. Wait a minute. Did you know? Hold on. They're a very pedestrian defense. You take 20 yards in rushing per game on their defense away from them, they're top 5. Let me be really clear. That's how close it is in the National Football League. Arizona's defense can get after it, buddy.
And by the way, again, 22.6 points coming into the game, and the Bucs held them to 17 points. You will take that. What are you Bucs fans talking about when it comes to defense?
Jacoby Brissett is an assassin, and it got Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, it was
he threw for 300 yards. Guess what? Scoreboard. They lost. All right, Alex.
That's why they lost.
But anyway,
they had to throw for 300.
I guess for me, going forward, though, I just would like to see some adjustments on the defensive side of the ball.
Like what?
I just feel like
give me your wish list. What adjustments, Alex? Give me your wish list. What adjustments?
Less blitzing.
I just feel like guys are left way too wide open, especially on third down. I mean, we gotta lead the NFL, be pretty damn close to it on giving up third and fourth and longs.
Yeah,
it's good that you have that opinion, but what would you do to be able? We're leaving too many guys wide open.
Well,
I'm leading you down a rabbit hole.
I noticed this game.
What are they lacking?
I'm going to tell you. I feel like this game against the Cardinals, we did not put enough pressure this game.
27 quarterback pressures, by the way.
27.
Reddick's here for the first time. Reddick makes the post-game interview.
No, I mean, Pro Football Focus put it out there. It's 27 pressures.
Yeah. Reddick had a really good game.
Reddick is back.
I'm not a Reddick fan.
Yeah, he's
He
finding
didn't get to the
microphones.
quarterback, but there was a lot of pressures. I'm not
But
kidding,
he's
Alex.
pressuring, and like I say, he's finding microphones, which means he's starting to step into the fact that he's a leader on his team. Whether he's going to be the leader, Levante's there. No, you're not going to be. Elijah's coming back. You've got Winfield. But I mean, he found a microphone twice yesterday. And guys, I go back to 3 weeks ago, Winfield, or 2 weeks ago, Winfield let up on that. The Patriots game was and I'm like, and Alex, this goes back to what you were saying, is that through all these trials and tribulations, I still see 53 guys in a room that'll go through a ball for Coach Bowles. So, at the end of the day, he's still the guy that belongs in that position.
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to get to Bucs fans at this point when they want to fire a guy. When, again, Bucs players have had their backs against the wall. They play for this coach. They've shown that. They have, besides the Rams game, and again, you go back to the Broncos game a couple of years ago. Really, when was this team blown out? Maybe the Dallas game in the playoffs with Tom Brady. But honestly, anytime this team has their backs against the wall in a critical situation, they're able to come through with a win. Now, am I saying he's perfect? No, he has his flaws. The defense has their flaws. Zion McCollum is not good right now, needs his confidence back. I'm telling you right now, Todd Bowles and that defensive staff are not teaching or coaching up Zion McCollum to play the way he plays. He's doing that himself. And that's what it comes down to with accountability for players. Players have to have the accountability. And I know David's like, it's all on coaching. It's all on coaching.
Listen,
it's all on coaching.
I want to add
it's
this.
also on the players.
I want to
too.
add this, guys. I'm going to get out of here. You know what I just don't understand, though? And again, you guys can point at the head coach. You can point at the offensive coordinator. You can point at whoever you want. But I do have a question. How is it that – and I guess this is where I slightly criticize Todd Bowles. How is it that we look so good? And again, maybe it's because, and it really wasn't against bad teams. We played the Seahawks in the beginning of the season. We played a couple tough teams.
49ers? We played the 49ers good?
Season.
A couple of tough teams. You beat Atlanta, who's highly talented on the road. Hold on.
Let him make his point.
But I mean, he's saying you beat a couple.
I want to hear what he was saying.
I like where Alex is going.
You beat more.
I want to hear what Alex was going to say.
Let me make this clear. You didn't beat a couple teams. You beat Atlanta, which is a talented team on the road. You beat Houston on prime time, which is a talented defense. I was
getting to a point, though.
Okay, I get that. But I'm trying to make my damn point. So let me make my point, please. It's not a couple teams. You beat Atlanta. You beat Houston. You beat San Francisco. That's more than a couple teams at the end of the day. This team can beat them. They've also lost. They beat Seattle in an offensive shootout with the defense making plays.
In a throwback game, which you know of our bad luck in those.
And discounting this organization, they've only beat a couple teams.
And that's going to get to what I was getting ready to say.
Then Alex, make the plane.
Land the plane, please. Land it.
No kidding, Alex. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll land the plane. The plane is that why do we look so damn good the first half of the season on the defensive side of the ball, and then we just completely take a 360?
Because
Alex, it's one play.
You've had injuries to Kalijah Cansey. That will hurt you. You've had injuries to your best corner.
Hassan Reddick hasn't been MIA.
Well, you've had to play. Listen, you've had to play rookie players in that. Alex, appreciate the call.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, why does it look that way? Because it's National Football League. Why did the Rams lose to the Panthers? Because they play the games. Why does this? Why does that? Like, you think that this is just they just have to show up and that's it. You got to play the games. That's the reason why. And you have to have also injuries at the end of the day. Let me go out to Brightside Broadway. Welcome to the Evolution. You're on with yours truly, along with Harry the Greek and Best of the Base, Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy.
Let's try this one more time.
Yes.
You don't hear me clearly. You don't hear me clearly.
I can hear you.
I hear you, brother. Yeah.
We hear you. We're waiting for something to say.
Yes, Broadside. Go ahead.
Sorry about yesterday. And forgive me for being so excited. I was excited we had the win yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back to what Alex was just saying. We can't go off of one play and think the whole season is going in the dumps.
I agree. You can't go up on one loss or one part of the season where you lose 3 in a row and you just say, oh, here we go again with the nonsense. I swear to God. Guys, I just want to do this. I'm going to go full screen because I'm going to get Harry out of here in a moment. I'm going to go full screen. Keep the same damn energy when the Bucs win and they beat good teams, which they have this year, as you have the energy when they lose. How about that? Is that good enough for you? Be consistent. Don't be like the refs who are inconsistent, which is a consistent thing every week. Be consistent with it. That's my problem with a lot of the Bucs fan base. That's my problem with a lot of the web heads. Now I've said my PSA. Go ahead.
You're good. I agree.
Thank you.
We have to be the example. We can't be the problem.
Well, there's no problem. The problem for me is that everybody's giving up. There's all kinds of problems with every team. You think
I'm not talking about you, Peter.
I know.
I'm talking about the fan base.
I know, Brightside. I know. All right. So what's your point, Bright?
My point is we won the trick play from Tristan Wirfs, Bucky Irving, and Chris Godwin.
Yep.
Need I say more?
You don't need to say more.
You said it all.
Well, and listen, Brightside, I appreciate the call. As always, use that second one if you want to, okay?
I will. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. I love his attitude. And
I love
listen,
him.
I'm gonna get Harry out of here because Harry, you got surgery tomorrow. So God bless you. God bless you. And hopefully it works out for you. I know you've been going through some health problems, but you've been playing through that. So we appreciate you, brother. So hopefully everything goes well. But I want to go out to you, Tampa Bay Ray. You always say jumbo package. I know you love the fact of having Tristan Wirfs yesterday is eligible and catching, basically becoming that tight end for this team. So you got to love that, right, Ray?
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you, Pete. I love seeing Payne Durham and Tristan Wirfs in there more because I realize that we're still waiting for Mike to get back and Chris is getting slow. Buca's good, but going to double tight end, it also opens up the running lanes when you get a Bucky back. You didn't see him use the 2 tight end sets so much with Rashad, but I think with Bucky, they keep the 2 tight ends in, keeping both sides in play, and I think that played into the offensive rushing game yesterday. But Harry, Tristan's got to be at school at 5:30 in the morning. They have a big field trip to Disney, so if you need donuts, I can have you a chocolate Boston cream over there first thing before you hit the hospital.
That's what I'm talking about.
Can't do it, man. Can't eat or drink anything after midnight.
You've got to fast after midnight.
All right. Well, go ahead. Give me some final thoughts here, Harry the Greek, because we're praying for you. Hopefully you'll be back on Wednesday. We'll have the media icon, Mr. TJ Reeves, Tampa Bay Ray. If you're in the area, let's hold off on the phone calls now.
No real final thoughts. Just thanks for having me on. You know, it's a good victory Monday. I mean, Tampa Bay won. They're 7-5. They're still in control of their division. The only way they beat it is if they beat themselves. I'm sorry. The only way they lose it is if they beat themselves. Don't sleep on Carolina. It's going to be tough.
Wait, Harry, before you.
I think I just made a reel that's going to go viral.
I think you should. Yeah, I think you did two guys, one prediction. But Harry, I wanted to talk about the fact that you had 5 of 7.
Right there.
Your predictions last week were pretty spot on. I made a little one. I wanted to thank you for that.
They were pretty tight. Wednesday, I gave you guys a whole bunch of predictions, and I picked very, 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 very well.
And one of your only 2 losses was you picked against the Bears, although you didn't pick them to not cover. But you said don't bet against that game, and I got a discount. I discount saying, "Oh, Harry says don't bet that game because he's a fan." No, you don't bet that game because you really couldn't read it. The Bears ended up winning, but yeah, you had a pretty good weekend, bro. So hats off and thank you. That car got paid for this month.
Yep. Y'all take it easy. Have a good one. Take care.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you on Wednesday, but I'll call you tomorrow. All right. Everything's going to be fine.
Take care. Goodbye, everybody.
All right. There you go. Right there. Oh, he's gone. Well, he's there. Oh, wait, he's back. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's gone. Oh, wait.
Wait a minute. I got to get.
Oh, okay. There it is. All right. What are we doing here? Okay. All right. See you later, buddy. All right. Let's read the comments here. We got Tampa Bay Ray, best of the Bay. We'll go another 30 to 45 minutes, and then I'm going to get out of here for the night because I'm going to go celebrate with my family. I'm not going to, talk about firing Todd Bowles there. Oh, what's up, PB? Victory Monday. A win is a win. Absolutely.
Victory!
Carl, we went through that already. Thank you, Carl. Appreciate the comment. Peter, nice job yesterday. Thank you very much. Josue, appreciate you as always. Want to get out to the comment. I'll get out to your phone call in a minute, Josue. Let me read your comments. Is Gruden coming to USF? Don't know. John Gruden says Steve Mike. I guess he wants to bring him back to the Bucs. Already told you USF needs to hire Todd Bowles. They're not going to. Stop it. Abraham, the Arizona Cardinals are a better team than the record. A lot of their losses are very close ones. In fact, I believe 7 losses this year by 1 score. They're a young team. They're trying to figure out how to win for a young coach. They're not as bad as you think, and they have lots of talent. Bucs beat them yesterday. Should have been a little bit more inspired, but that's football sometimes. Shaking my effing head. Jesus, these people are just sometimes. Harry, why do you dug this last week? Not a good look, but I still F with you. Okay. It won't be almost in the playoffs if we get there. I mean, because they're 7-5 and all I have to do is win the next 3 games and then win the NFC South. But yeah, just let your emotion take over. Let the hate fill you like you want, Steve. Dave, Harry, not worried. It should be about Carolina. I agree with you that Carolina is getting dangerous. Dave, again, and congrats to your Bears. Abraham, absolutely, they are. David, so nobody else apparently is worried that we just had week 13 and our defense is still giving up the same things they gave up in week 1. We're supposed to have the defensive guru as a head coach. What exactly did they give up yesterday that has you at a fevered pitch at this point, David, that you think this defense was so bad yesterday? What has you so up in arms that they're giving up? What big plays did they give up? Yes. Did they give up any big plays yesterday?
No, but I mean, and it goes back to the whole thing that we were supposed to score more points than everyone all year. And guys, I take it back. Bucs fans, we're celebrating 50 years. I get it's hard to wrap your brain around this, but we've been an offensive juggernaut these last 5 seasons. We have the greatest quarterback of all time, and Jason's leaned into it. We got Abuka, we got Godwin. So yeah, they were supposed to score more points. This defense is still held. They're still number 6 against the rush. That's always been the Bucs' bread and butter. They're stopping the rush. The pass is getting off because the rush hasn't. We haven't gotten that guy home. We haven't Shaq Barrett. We don't have that guy. Logan Hall stepped up. I think his son's back, but no, it hasn't been that issue. The problem is that you pulls and levers and pulleys. How are we going to do this?
Diaby is stepping up at this point. Yeah. I think he's starting to emerge.
And I saw even Braswell's running down, chasing backside pursuit for Braswell yesterday. It was fantastic. I'm like, that's the kind of players that's Todd Bowles' aggressive style defense.
All right, Parrish says, "What's up, Greek? What about your Bears? Happy for your brother, Mike D. Roche's victory Monday."
Victory!
Let's go, Bucs. Love it. Let's go out to Steve here. Exactly, David, Peter, and Harry won't admit it. Admit what? They're a 7-5 football team with multiple injuries. They have their defensive problems. They have to get healthy. They may be able to get healthy. Relax. You mean to tell me watching House doesn't make me a doctor? Well, son of a donkey. Yeah, exactly. Good stuff there. The Hill mark there. Frankie from Wisconsin. I know you called before. Call back if you want. Here he's correct. Reddick, 1.5 sacks this season. Jason should have pulled the trigger on some edge help. Look at what a pass rusher can do. Panthers have one, and look what they did against the Rams. But they traded Brian Burns. Did they not to the Giants, and they drafted him? Did they not?
And the Panthers are a bigger everything in the NFL. Everything's about you build a team to beat the teams in your division. And the fact of the matter is the size that the Panthers have, they beat the crud off. They beat the pants off the Rams yesterday. And if we see the Rams again in the playoffs, you got to hope you get a better game plan. But sometimes at the end of the day, the matchups just aren't there. You do your best, and you're also overcoming injuries, like we said. So just enjoy it week by week. But yeah.
Right, Brain Barika here. I wonder if all these regular callers call in when there's not any football on. I wonder. Yes, they do. That's why the show is so popular. Joe Sway. Win is a win. There you go. Carolina hasn't even won back-to-back games all season. There you go. Harry, congratulations on your Bears. Can you have 2 different callers at the same time? No, that's disaster. Let's not do that. We can, but it would be a disaster. I mean, we could try it.
We've done it, but it wasn't great.
Well, I always try to throw it out there. The Sean the Sports Dawn Wednesday night debates. I threw something out there and it never really picked up. But maybe we try something like that, Joe Sway, because I know you want to. I know you want to debate somebody. Well, it would be just between the callers, and the host would decide unbiasedly who wins the debate.
Well, you got to have 1 or 2 hosts, but yeah, the hosts of the show decide. That cat won. Actually, that's what it's all about. That's what the evolution is.
It is. Well, the refs called the touchdowns off the board. The Greek looks extra cuddly tonight. the Greek is playing coy right now. Okay, Van House Life. Don't understand. I'm KR. I know you're KR, Boy Wonder. Happy Victory Monday. Yes.
Victory!
Hopefully we can get Mike, J Mac, and Cansey soon so we can win the division. See where it goes. Go Bucs. Go Bucs.
You know,
Yes.
we say it going into every season. You want to find your momentum, get healthy at the right time. That so far, the script in 2025 is okay. We went through a rough stretch. There was some heartbreak, but we're getting healthy at the right time. And we got to, and here's the best thing, Pete. We got to play the Panthers twice in these last 5 games.
Yes.
What you want, you got to be the best, you got to beat the best. And if they're supposedly the best thing the South is throwing at us that we defend for the 4th year in a row, then come on and let's go.
Let's go. All right. Van Houselife says, Peter, may you please finally ask the Greek for me where he got his Groucho Marx mask. It looks super realistic. Let's go out to Ed using your second call. Ed, go ahead, my friend.
I think we're going to be fine. I think that the Carolina is dangerous, but I think we can beat them because we know them. We played them for a while, and we kind of know what
it's a rivalry game. You know, it went back and forth last year. I mean, the Bucs were just an Anthony Nelson causing a fumble away from losing on the road to the Carolina Panthers. They've always had trouble with the Panthers. They may have trouble with the Saints. I'm going to throw this out there. It may be a hot take, but it may be a tough game against the Saints. You know why? Because it's a rival game.
It's a division game.
It may be a tough game versus the Atlanta Falcons because it's a division
game. They're upset that we already beat them once. So
they're trying to play spoiler.
We whooped them. We whooped them pretty good the last time we played them. So.
Yes, you did. So
here's what I want to say to these fans. Listen, we're going to be okay. We're going to make the playoffs. The real test is going to be in the playoffs because some of these teams that whooped us are going to be teams that we're going to have to face, and we're going to have to figure out a way to overcome that to get to the bowl, get to the big show.
Agree.
And go Bucs. And you had a great show tonight. You had all the all-stars in there. I hope Harry's all right tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll feel them in my thoughts.
Everybody pray for him.
Have a good night.
All right, Ted. Appreciate you as always. Good stuff there.
Always.
Some want Kevin Cash fired. Yes, that's true. Josue Reddick is a bust. So far, it has not been good. Come on now. There's been no other team in the NFC South that's been above 500 in the last 4 years. That's why.
If somebody can right now name the head coach of the Tampa Bay Rowdies and say he needs to be fired, I will personally get on the phone and make sure that cat's out of town by tomorrow morning.
I mean, Shooty Shoots is watching there on Instagram. He knows this nonsensical blather is from fans when they wanted to fire John Cooper because they got eliminated in the first round. Oh, let's fire Cooper. Let's fire Cooper. And by the way, they won, a couple Stanley Cups afterwards. And then all the noise, it goes back to crickets again. All right. I'm going to take this call because I know he's not going to talk football. It's the cynical Joe Sway. Welcome to the Evolution. That's your new nickname here. How do you start off the show, my friend? Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. Go, cynical.
I'll own that one. I'll own that one, Peter.
Well,
How you doing tonight?
You better own it. You better say what I told you to say. I'm going to hang up on you. Bring your passion.
Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Don't bring any nonsense.
Boom. There it is. Winner, all right, Mr. Cynical, Mr. Pessimistic. Go ahead.
Ooh, pessimistic is not me, Peter. Stop that. I
All
will
right.
say
Cap,
that
man, cap.
I've improved to 1-1.
Okay.
Working Bucs games.
Okay.
By the way, Peter, I shouted your name at the end while you were setting up on the field, so I spotted you, but you didn't look up into the crowd, into the stands, and see me. But that's okay.
Well, I'm sorry, man. I didn't hear you. I was probably deep in thought at that point. I
was watching you. I was watching. You were scrambling to get the equipment going. That's a lot of equipment you got. That's why I'm just like wondering, like, damn.
Well, listen,
I don't know if I want to be a creator with all that stuff, on that wagon of yours.
Yes, I had the wagon. I had to maneuver. I need to go like live. I need to get you out there, Ray, and have you film this when I go out live and show everybody. It takes me 30 to 35 minutes, and I look like a freak. Like I don't know what's going on. And they're playing Jimi Hendrix. Upon the watchtower there, and I'm just trying to jam out and trying to think and go through all my bases. And the most difficult thing for me when I'm on the field, and I'm not going to lie about this, is to find a damn plug. And I finally found I found the plug at the 50, but it's too long away. So
whenever we're there, Pete, I always show you where the plugs are, and I feel bad because you're trying to put the show together. You got JP over flirting with the cheerleaders, the swashbucklers. He's not even trying to help you set up. I kid.
He's there. He's there interviewing Baker Mayfield, all the players. But here's the funny thing, and then I'll get you to your call here, Josue. Yesterday, I did not know there is a time limit to when they turn on the sprinklers. So I'm kind of just like enjoying the moment after the game, looking around, looking at the Simeon Rice Ring of Honor, John Gruden right next to him, thinking, no, maybe that'd be kind of cool if John Gruden was the coach of USF trying to enjoy the moment. And then all of a sudden, here comes the monsoon. It's not from, the clouds up in the sky. It's from it's from the damn sprinklers. And I'm trying to huddle around. I'm cradling my laptop, holding it tightly like it's my last son there so it doesn't get wet because they turn on the sprinklers. So I'm just trying to run, get everything in there. With that being said, we'll definitely be out of there earlier because I'm not going to get my stuff wet, so I have to pay over $2,000 for it. Josue, what's on your mind?
Oh, that's tough. But but that's why I would say to the chat, good job yesterday.
Thank you.
Know what I'm saying? You got it in, you got it done. Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy. So, I have a question for you.
I'm assuming this is a baseball question, is it not?
No.
Can I do that? Is that okay, Peter?
Sure.
Sports Web.
Oh yeah, it's your show, Josue, Mr. Pessimistic, Mr. Cynical.
I am not. By the way, I defended everyone that's trying to get that, because just trying to fire Todd Bowles or Jason Light want to be held accountable. Y'all need to stop with that.
Yeah.
These people have those are the real pessimists, not me. Because I am not that type to be like fire people when some adversity hits. Stop it.
Well, you don't like the show when I don't just talk football, but I know you're going to change the subject. So I go out to Tampa Bay Ray here, best of the Bay. Tampa Bay Ray, Mr. Cynical is going to take over the show. I'm going to go ahead and drink my Gatorade here for a little bit, take a break. You go ahead and run this show, Ray. I trained you well. Go ahead.
This is it. Go.
Take a drink. We good. We good around here. Ray, so did you go to Ferg's when one of the owners showed up giving his speech about what their plan is for the future of the race?
Yes, we had a little welcome back to St. Pete for Ken Babby, and they invited the entire Rays organization, and it was funny because I was out, talking with Coach Mark Ferguson, the owner, all week. I'm like, what do we expect? And nothing. And all of a sudden, like come Monday, it was Tuesday night, and Ken Babby RSVP'd, and so yeah, I was there. It was a fun time. It was a great time. It was just a welcome back to St. Pete, and of course the Trop. They got all 24 panels back on there. So we're gonna have a party for a few years. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, what did you make of his message?
It's weird because so I'll tell you, and I appreciate you asking this question because no one's asked me this, but so we went live. We're like, and no one gave me a script. It's like, okay, we're gonna have all the VIPs from the Rays organization. I had Brian Ald in front of me. I think I pissed him off because I was talking a little too loud. We had our speaker live in there, and we just started doing a live show. And so it was just a welcome back. So we're talking about the props getting ready and getting excited, and then all of a sudden, Babby goes out, and I had to miss it because we were live, and he's out on the stage out there at the party deck. And then afterwards, he went over and talked to all the reporters. I found this all out later from some of our interns. And of course, the reporters had to ask. And I get this. This is their job. Peter, you know this because you're literally a professional and trained reporter. They had the first and only question was, where's the new stadium going to be? And that's, economically speaking, that's got to be the question, right, Pete?
Absolutely. Oh, no, I'm letting you guys have your own segment here. I'm going to see if you
can
segment. Go ahead.
Well, no, I appreciate you because the fact of the matter is that wasn't my role. My role was we're welcoming Ken Babby, who, by the way, his father, Lon Babby, who's with the Phoenix Suns now, but he was the Baltimore Orioles a lawyer back in the 80s, and then when Lon Babby was a kid. So Lon spent a lot of spring training out there at the Al Lang Stadium there with the Baltimore Orioles who were training here in St. Pete. So and it was funny because I've interviewed several people in regards with the Rays and all, and so I knew about his background. And I asked him, I said, so you spent some time in St. Pete. So we broke the ice, but really at the end of the day, my thing was we were welcoming them back to St. Pete. But we had a whole table full of like 6 or 8 ladies. They all worked, they're all bartenders at the Tropicana and all in St. Pete. They all wanted to know, are we going to make it a party in Tropicana Field for the 2, 3, 4, whatever years it takes to find their permanent home? And that was the question I got to ask him, because mine was welcoming back. What do we have in stone moving forward? And he answered that with, you can't rock. And I love it because I don't think anyone in the media had heard him say this. He said, we're going to rock the Trop, and you don't rock the Trop without opening that third deck. The third deck, I was explaining to my kids, they've never been up there. There are, you can't see home plate from third. I'm rambling, but did you have another question though? But I appreciate that question because that was what we were doing that night, and we're going to have a great time in Tropicana in the next few years. And the great thing is Tampa Bay, we got time to figure this thing out. Let's just get a permanent home for these Rays. Let's keep them home, and that is Tampa Bay.
All right, Josue, appreciate the time as always, my friend. Use that second call, okay?
Man, I had more, but I feel like
I'll be quick. What's your last question?
No, I want to say this real quick, right?
Yes.
I want to say like and that's great, you know what I'm saying, the welcome to New Orleans, but I feel like the honeymoon period is going to be very, very short in my estimation.
Yeah, it is.
I want to see this team improve. I want to see, and I told Peter this a couple weeks ago, I don't want to hear anything about, anything else other than what is this ownership going to do to spend some damn money so that we can be a contender in the American League and in baseball.
That's a great point.
What the Blue Jays did, right? All right. And they're now the standard in this division, not the Red Sox, not the Yankees, right? The Blue, you know what I'm saying? So like we are the fourth best team in this division, and that's not acceptable for me.
I love that.
We need to go out there and make moves. Eric Neander, still the GM. I need him to be active, especially with the Winter meetings coming up next week in Orlando. By the way, I'm gonna try to head out there and see what's going on with that. So, I'll tune back in next week with some updates for y'all.
Well, brother, you need a ride along. You need a ride along. I'm right there with you. I'd like to be there.
I will say this, Josue, Mr. Cynical, I won't call you pessimistic, Mr. Cynical. You've gotten better with this, so you're doing a lot better. We appreciate your time here on the Sports Web, and I'd love to hear an update from the winter meetings next week from Josue, Mr. Cynical here on the Sports Web. All right?
You got it, Peter. I will promise you will get one from me. I got you.
Love it, guy. Appreciate you. Good stuff.
That's the evolution, Pete.
That's
the evolution because I think people don't realize it, that you and I, we're always out here. We're always down. We're fishing for people. Call in. No, be a part of it because you're breaking the news. We're all part of this. The evolution is everyone's involved. It's self-reporting, and we're all reporting the news.
I agree. All right. Yes, he gives a second-round pick. That's Roberto Aguayo. Yes. How many years ago, David, was that? What, 2016? Can we let that go? Okay. I'm not reading that one. I don't know why I even put that up there. Miles Garrett would have been a dream. Yes. Dave says Mike DeRoche is correct. 2025 season, 1.5 sacks, 16 tackles, 9 solo, no passes defense, no forced fumbles, 27 quarterback pressures. Reddick is robbing this team. Anthony Nelson is playing better. Dave, can Bulls please stop sending the outside linebacker in coverage? Let them rush the quarterback. They are liability in coverage. You don't put Reddick on McBride. That's a mismatch all day long. Agree. David says, I heard Brian Burns was out there for a second and a fourth. Okay. Aloha, Peter H. Blake, Harry Berg, and Ray Kennedy. Aloha to you. Tristan says, I don't know the expectations on Reddick, but dude literally missed a season and a half of football, which is why he was available. Again, 59.5 sacks coming in. I think what Jason Light and a lot of Bucs fans and what I thought was he was going to solidify that. He was definitely going to help out, possibly even get double-digit sacks because he's done that. And on top of it, because you get an opportunity to earn a second contract.
And did Antonio Brown add to 2020? Antonio, you can call it a head case. With Hassan Reddick, he was pissed off because the Eagles sent him to the Jets. The Jets were going into tailspin because Saleh wasn't getting a defense and Glenn's there now. But the thing is that wouldn't it be great if that as we go into January, one of the, Aaron Andrews is lining up the interview with Hassan Reddick, because all of a sudden he found that fifth gear after the injuries he's had this season, and he's got that talent he's always had. And that ends up being one of the superstar things like an Antonio Brown with the 2020 Bucs. I mean, you got to have some people in the room. They're not all going to be completely with your culture, but also it's a football culture, and you welcome them in too.
Yeah, you're welcome, because he didn't hear anything bad in camp. I mean, again, was he hurt?
He didn't show up till late because he was doing his own thing. So we're like waiting for proof, and he didn't prove anything. But my point is that yesterday, and now we're seeing it, he's showing up now. Even if he, God bless, God forbid, he goes out injured against the Saints, the cat showed up. The 52 others saw him finally show up, and that means their heart buys into the fact that this thing is worth fighting for, and that's what you want as a Buccaneers fan.
Let's go out to Eric Moreno. Eric, welcome to the Evolution.
Hey, Peter, what's going on, man?
What's going on, buddy? How you doing? You all right?
Yeah. I was at the game yesterday, and I mean, they were attacking.
Can we start this over again? Because this just seems flat to me. You are like the Bucs right now on defense, coming out with flat. Hey, Eric, welcome to the Evolution on the Victory Monday. How do we start this off? Come on, pep it up a little bit, boss.
Bring the passion, bring the excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense.
Okay, man. Okay, we're not going to. This is not the last rites to your meal here. We're not going to the electric chair. You're okay.
But with Eric, there's always the other shoe. Eric, what's the other shoe?
Eric, you all right?
I'm okay.
All right, man. So go ahead and talk some Bucs football. Come on.
All right. So I was in the stadium yesterday, and I was at the game. I'm glad we won. It wasn't pretty. We were up 17-3. I'm like, okay, we got to put this away. And, defense stepped up the last drive. I'm like, oh, here we go. We pinned them, I think, at the 10-yard line. Oh, man, I hope they don't go down and get a field goal. Okay. So, they stepped up.
Big time step up with that big time punt. I know you like to talk about special teams, and, Riley Dixon has been criticized all year long from Bucs fans, but that was an important punt, because it pins them back in their own goal line there, and it gives that defense the opportunity. And when the defense needed to step up on the fourth down, guess what? They shut them down. How about that, Bucs fans? It's amazing.
Yeah, it was
complimentary football. Amazing.
Good coverage by Dennis. But yeah.
Well, the irony is on Riley's punts, the coverage is great, but why are the Bucs struggling on kickoff coverage this year, guys? Because one of the problems we had against the Patriots, and one of the problems we had against the Bills, was they were actually starting most of their drives between their 35 and 45-yard line. And I'm like, the Bucs have never. We'd go back to Bisaccia and things like this, but you guys noticed that too?
Well, yeah, it's been bad. It's been bad tackling. Guys are out of placement again, and that's definitely on some coaching. That's for sure. The special teams coach needs to take responsibility for that, but that's gotten better. They do give up a return yesterday, but overall the last couple of weeks, I think it's gotten better. So, but
not against the Patriots or the Bills, but they've had good times, but Riley's been punting great. Jake Camardo, when we lost Jake, I'm like, why are we going? What are we doing? And remember, we brought a punter in week 3 to challenge, because we're like, okay, these punts. But God, the way he punts these balls, on average, they're between 60 and 70 yards. I'm like, I actually don't look forward to punts, but I don't hate them.
Yeah.
Right. All right, Eric. What else?
I got a couple of questions.
Sure.
Okay, so we got Bucky back, all right? He's a big, energizer. I think he broke 6 tackles on that play. He only gained 3-4 yards, but hey, those 3-4 yards, that was big. Is it Bucky and then Mike Evans coming back maybe by the Panthers game? I don't know if they're going to activate them both this week, Evans and McMillen.
Bucky's already back. Jalen McMillen could start practice. We'll see if the Bucs open up that 21-day window. Mike Evans, there's a possibility. Todd Bowles talked about it today. So we'll see. We'll see if they come back and play. We'll see if they're ready to go at this point. But that was kind of surprising, because, again, all hope was lost. Mike Evans is going to be out for the year. Jalen McMillan's going to be out for the year. And lo and behold, maybe there was a plan in place in the first place, and this is the reason why the Bucs didn't make any trades for wide receivers.
And Kancey, we need Kancey. He's so he's so with
difference maker.
Again, with Beat again doubled, Reddick and Nelson. I'm like, Nelson hasn't really. He had that big stop on 4th and 1, but if you get Kancey back, you double, Vita double, and get Kancey some 1-on-1s, and then maybe Yaya and Reddick can force havoc like JPP and Shaq Barrett did it.
And don't forget, Derek, don't forget the ability for your inside defenders. And I mentioned it earlier. I'm not going to say go back and look at Kalijah and Villa, go back and look at Brad Culpepper and Warren Sapp, but the ability for your inside defenders to stunt, to roll over each other. allows you to not have to depend on your outside linebacker to drop back in coverage, so you can also have that rush too. So I think it's a great thing, and I think we're getting healthy at the right time. So I mean, yeah, it's stunk losing those games and being 7-5, but if you look at the course of these last 3 or 4 seasons, Bucs start out early. They 8-9, they get in. Okay, they win 9-11, but this year they went out, they broke early, and they have to defend against the Panthers. I mean, I hate to be sitting here in January going, oh, why did I think that? But I wouldn't want it any other way. Beat the Panthers twice, win 3 of the next 5, 4 of the next 5, and then hit the playoffs.
Or if we win the next 3, we clinch. Because then that'll give the Panthers a second loss in the division. That'll give us, at least no more than 1 loss in the division.
And the way the NFC's playing out this year, we could be clinching more than just winning our division. We could be looking at that first round bye, or not that bye, but maybe that first round hosting, and then next week rolls into something else. So yeah, I mean, every game's important, but I mean, I've been, guys, I want to be honest. The reason why I've been like a little upbeat tonight is because I've been down too. It's been a weird year because we lost those 3 games, and we're like, if we can't beat the Patriots or the Bills, why do we belong there? But we were in a different place, and it's all about where you are when a dance starts. And we're heading toward the dance.
Yep.
That's right. Yep. All right, Eric, appreciate the call as always, man. Hang in there, all right? Pop up a little bit.
Go Bucs.
All right, yeah, go Bucs, man, go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Wait up.
Yeah.
We got the job, baby.
Yeah.
Fire the cannon.
Yeah.
How about them Bucs, baby?
Yeah. How about this one?
Victory!
Well, I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. Yes. Hello, football buddy. You're on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. What do you have to say?
Well, I'm just wondering who you think is going to a Super Bowl this year.
Well, I think, and again, this is a family affair. This is my Aunt Tammy. I love you. Thank you very much. It was great to spend time with you on Thanksgiving. I don't know who's going to go to the Super Bowl at this point because it's wide open in both divisions.
I know. It's a mess.
Who's Aunt Tammy like? Who's Aunt Tammy's team?
And Tammy's team is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's
they're going to be in a Super Bowl.
There you go. That's it right there. That's the proper answer right there.
That would be great if they can make it. I hope they can.
Aunt Tammy's also a Patrick Mahomes fan, but I don't think Kansas City.
I don't know why they're struggling this year. I don't even know if they'll make it to the playoffs.
Well, and plus the Bucs were hurt, but we would beat them so badly anyway, and poor Patrick will be hurting. So yeah, let it be the Bucs, and let's bring the Bills and the Patriots in because we owe them anyway, so we can take care of 2 birds in 1 stone and win that 3rd Super Bowl.
And you know who's nobody talking about, and you got to hate this coach because he always has the Bucs number. That's Sean Payton, the Denver Broncos, because he's got that team winning right now, so they could be a team that nobody's talking about. So we'll see.
Of course they say. Yeah, Sean Payton's really doing good with that team.
Yes.
The Broncos, yeah.
Yes,
I've watched that game this week. He's tough.
Yes, he is. I told you guys.
I liked him with the Saints. He took the Saints to the Super Bowl. So
I don't like him with the Saints at all. I never like him with the Saints, and I didn't like him at all. I know
you don't like him as a coach. What's the problem?
I respect him as a coach, but he's got the Bucs number. We'll just put it out there like that.
I hear what you're saying.
A lot of misery to the Bucs. We don't talk about the Saints in a glowing fashion, and we don't talk about Mr. Sourpuss himself, Sean Payton. But you know about this, football buddy. And Timmy, what else is on your mind tonight? Are you feeling good about a Victory Monday?
Victory!
It was real nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, sweetie. All right. Well, you have a good night. Talk to you later.
All right. Love you, Aunt Tammy.
Love you, darling. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See, you never know. But she probably was calling me to say, hey, do you know where your mom's at? And what she didn't know is that when you call the phone line, 727-255-0391, that is not only my personal cell phone, but that is the show to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube.
I wish people could just understand how happenstance it was that Jake Paul's manager called you while you were doing that show that night with Harry.
Yeah, I love that, right? And I wasn't even going to do that show at the time. I was tired. The Bucs put out a stinker, by the way, which it was like 9-0. It was on Sunday Night Football, and I was up the night before, Saturday, until 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to let everybody know what happened. Let's go out to this guy right here using the second call.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you?
Jim, welcome to the Evolution. Your second call. Turn on your radio, please.
All right.
There you go. All right. Talk to me.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes. Verizon is working for you.
All right. Hey, Aunt Tammy's about to get you together, wasn't she?
She was. She's trying to get
Talking
my
about that
prediction
coach.
and everything. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man. Hey, I just want to say, man, we played to win the game, man. It was a great game. We won. What was it? 2 turnovers. You was talking about another turnover. I was thinking about the Antoine Winfield kick.
Yeah,
You
well,
was talking about the fumble. So
yeah, well, they had 2 turnovers in the game. They had a sack there by Yaya Diaby. They had lots of pressures. I mean, the defense didn't play terrible.
I'm playing on getting that jersey eventually. That Yaya Diaby, and I think I'm gonna get a Mecca Ibuka,
All right.
and then I'm gonna get Godwin.
All right. I like it.
3.
How'd you like Chris Godwin yesterday? 3 catches for 78 yards. It looked like the old Chris Godwin, didn't he?
Don't call it a comeback.
That's right. That's right.
Except for that one pass.
I like that. That's
Except
good.
for that one pass.
Well, yes, the one touchdown he should have had. Yes.
Y'all gotta get about this doldrum. Yeah, we can't cry for a win now. We gotta cheer for a win. So
Okay.
This I like the show tonight. I keep listening.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to me.
Absolutely.
Talk to you later.
Well, we're going to get the good, bad, and ugly from you on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You got that
We'll do
segment
that
ready?
Wednesday, yeah.
All right,
I'll
Wednesday
fix that
night.
up for you.
All right.
All right.
Good stuff. Put it together for me. We got segments here on this show. We got our callers. You know, Jim's doing the good, bad, and ugly with him. And then we got the cynical Joe Sway giving us more than just football. He's giving us baseball and basketball. By the way, Magic fans, Orlando Magic. Oh, 125 to 120 over the Chicago Bulls. Yes. So
12-8, they're like last place in their division, but
this the coach and Banchero was out. Once again, the sky is falling, and you know what happens? The team comes together. They start to believe in themselves. On top of it, maybe the Magic knew what they were doing by getting Desmond Bane. I don't know. Maybe they kind of know. Just everybody relax. Just hold up. Be patient. You have to have a team gel. With that being said, Tampa Bay Ray, let's get you out of here on some final thoughts. We'll cut off the phone call right now, but give me some final thoughts, and then we'll go out to the phone lines here, my friend.
You and I are going to a Magic game because I have not been to a Magic game ever, so we'll plan that. And then with the Rays next year, we're gonna have Tropicana. They're gonna like get it ready. They're gonna want Babby's gonna figure out ways people come in. But I mean, I think Zalupski already actually kind of came out and said that. I mean, you want the team to spend and try to retain. Moving forward, they might, but I mean, I don't think they're going to spend a lot of money like going into 2026. We can hope. As far as the Bucs go, it's getting good. And you and I didn't even talk about Alex Golesh, and I don't blame the guy.
Right.
No, Pete, go ahead. No, I go ahead. What?
I interviewed him on Saturday night and got some answers from him. And we knew the rumors were out there with him, possibly going to Arkansas. He goes to Auburn. It's a better opportunity, but I'm just kind of tired of people saying this is a stepping stone. Everything is going right for this program right now. When you have Rob Higgins in charge, when you have Derek Brooks in charge, when you have an on-campus stadium, when you have NIL money, when you're undefeated at home, there's so many positive things. So, yes, I get it. You lose Golesh, and that's tough. But you know what? This is an attractive job, and it's a lot better place now than when Golesh came here. So credit to him. It sucks for a lot of – yeah.
No, and I tried it when we were talking about people were saying Arkansas, and I'm like, Arkansas Razorbacks, really? I mean, this is a guy, he was born in Russia, and I'm not putting it down to Russia, but I mean, it wasn't that Alex Golesh was an outsider, but he was just always if you read into his bio, and I went deep. I'm like trying to figure out not whether he'd take the job, but I wanted to know the kind of what he did for this USF Bulls program turnaround, going third year in a row, be bowl eligible, having been in the top 25 twice this season. I mean, and now you need someone to step in here. And my big question is Byron Brown. I mean, I don't think Byron Brown goes to Auburn. I don't think he could, War Eagle. You're going to take a chance with, okay, if Byron Brown's buying what Alex Galesh is selling and Alex is saying come to Auburn 1 year, if that's what's being done, and Byron Brown's not looking at Miami or someplace where the Carson Beck, when he's gone, and Miami would pay $11 million, because I think, Peter, at the end of the day, you and I can have this debate, and it's your show. I don't want to go into this too late, but I think we both agree that Byron Brown is currently the best quarterback in the state of Florida.
Wow.
You go through any of your college programs from Key West to Pensacola, he's the best quarterback. I hope Galesh is gone. Let's see what Higgins and let's see what DB comes up with and who they get in here to take a program that should not take a step back, but should continue forward. But let's see what Byron Brown does, because I would hope he stays here to finish it out. But, it's the NIL transfer portal. If he goes to Auburn, then he bought what Alex was selling him. And if somehow Coach Galesh can make Auburn happen, then great for him. But, I mean, if Byron Brown's not a USF Bowl next year, I hope he's someplace where he has a chance to just go for it all, because that kid belongs playing on Sundays. He just has to find the right way to get there. So,
well, listen, it's a shame. Yeah, man, appreciate it. One of the greatest Bulls in all-time history there. 3,000 passing yards, 1,000 rushing yards, 12th player in FBS history. Last one to do that, Jaden Daniels, who won a Heisman. What could have been if you could have beaten Navy, if you could have beaten Memphis, we
could still be. Tulane lost their coach, right? Tulane's coach went to friggin' what? I mean, the thing is, the AAC, we're putting coaches in the SEC and the ACC. I mean, if Byron stays here one more year, maybe, hopefully Higgins and DB's in his ear already. Like, we're looking at this and that, and we want, because you and I, people don't realize, you and I sat 6 feet from Coach Galesh's press conferences from his first year, and he's talking about that first year about hydration. And we're like, hydration. He needed the players to buy into the fact that literally everything you drink every minute of the day. And then second year, it was buying into the program and they
process.
Yes, all process. The process. So we saw how he built this program. It's not like when Coach Jim Levitt, when he gets thrown away and we're coming out of the, we're in a tailspin, and Taggart and these guys going on because they're great recruiters. This USF program is built to go forward, onward and upward. So I'm excited about who they're going to hire. I'm really more excited to see what happens with Byron Brown. I like that kid so much. I really wish him the best of luck, but I hope it horns up there in 2026. So
I think you could go to that. Yeah, man, absolutely. I think you could go to the NFL draft. Don't be a stranger. Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy, best of the Bay. Thanks a lot for your time here on the Evolution, my friend. All right.
Thank you, brother.
All right, good stuff there. So we'll get him out of there. We'll read the rest of these comments, and then I will get out of here for the night. We may go back to the phone calls in just a moment. I want to read all these comments first. Usually I agree with the Greek, but not on this one. While Dungy was the architect on the defense, I give him credit for that. John Gruden completely rebuilt that offense with the exception of Allstott. If you want to dispute my opinion, take a look at the starting offensive roster on that team. Almost all of the starters were not there when Gruden arrived. Dungy's offense, led by Sean King, was average at best. I think I'm being kind calling it average. They never won a Super Bowl. You're absolutely correct about that, Scott. You get, 22 free agents, including Joe Jurevicius, Keenan McCardell, Ken Dilger, Ricky Dudley, the offensive line, Robin Oben at the time. Plenty of offensive free agents. So I think whenever he says, well, they won with Tony Dungy's defense, okay, but you had to have John Gruden's offense. You also had to have that fire, which at the end of the day, that Bucs team needed. They need a new voice. I love Tony Dungy, and I love what he did 6 years later with the Colts. But let's not have a brain fart, if you will, when it comes to what really happened with Tony Dungy. Tom Moore took over that offense. Peyton Manning took over that offense. He wasn't a part of the offense. He just built the defense up, called the defensive plays. He was a head coach, but he kept his hands off of that offense. So I will definitely, I'm going to read the rest of these comments and then I'm going to get out of here. Picking up Abuka was pure genius. Did they need an edge? Definitely, mostly because of what they have underperformed. But truthfully, the real problem, it will be even more obvious soon with linebackers. I'm sure you would have a great referee. Dave says worst holding call was BS. Refs are terrible. It seems like they're getting worse. Tristan, the difference is that Dungy drafted the success. Gruden relied on vets and free agents, which is why we only saw the playoffs twice under Gruden. Victory Monday. Thank you very much, Trevor. Dave, Durham's holding call was legit. He screwed up and shouldn't have hooked the guy on Bucky's touchdown. Just a boneheaded play. Agree with that. That was a legit call. Something I don't understand are special teams coaches having a bad year. You're all talking about getting rid of him, making major changes, but when it comes to Todd, can't say nothing. Go Bucs, fire the cannons.
Fire the cannons!
Let's see. Seriously, every game shaking my head. Refs don't want to see the Bucs win. David, I can't wait for Kancey to get back because apparently our defense is going to look totally different. I think it definitely will. If Campbell takes the points, they might have a Super Bowl. True. Carl, I don't want us to outscore teams' defense win Super Bowls. We have to fix our D. David says, I heard Mike might be coming back. He might even start practicing this week. Correct. David says, but it isn't most of Arizona's best players are on the IR. David, we've got that bad. We're calling Jacoby Brissett an assassin. Has anybody else uttered those words? Nick, offense getting players back is great. Offense can play, no doubt, have players, but the other side, defense is weak. Pass rush, linebacker, secondary. Come on, how can you say the defense is okay? 27 quarterback pressures yesterday. You hold a team that was scoring an average of 23 points a game to 17. Again, it's not the 2002 Buccaneer defense. It's not even the 2020 Buccaneer defense, but it's not like they're a bum group, okay? They definitely got to get better. You got to get better tackling. You got to get better effort, and I think Kancey definitely will help that out. I agree with Peter. Zion keeps doing that because he's not afraid the repercussions from his head coach or his defensive coach. Tell his ass, Peter. Chris Cole, look up Brissett stats against other teams and compare them with what the Bucs have held him to. Correct. Good luck, Harry, for you. Alex, that Rams game showed no adjustments during the entire game. All I'm saying, other than that, I think we are decent, all things considered. Saying we can't go off on one play, but people keep on bringing on the Seattle game when our defense didn't stop the whole game. But the one play they did, which helped us win the game, did Seattle even punt in that game? But again, Levante David comes up with an interception. You had 2 4th down calls yesterday where the Bucs defense shuts them down. Broadway says, hey, Peter Parrish, what about Wirfs fullback and Vea running back? Don't know if that's going to happen. Harry, hope everything goes well. Hope to hear from you soon. Broadway, hey, Harry. For Harry, absolutely. Broadway, hey, Ray. Always good seeing Ray. It's always good to have Ray a part of it. Praying for you, Harry. We have been injury prone the last few years also. Exactly, the season is not over. Mike's first year not being out there also. Let's go Bucs. Absolutely. Mike D. Roche, 7-5 is a lot better than 6-6. Derek Brown is also a big piece of the Panthers defense. He finally is healthy. You're getting that version of Vita Vea. There you go. We got the W. Absolutely, you did. Peter is right about the Saints game because for years that's what the Bucs were to the Saints. Spoilers, but now the tables are turned and they would love to beat us, spoil our division championship run. Let's see. Okay, David. Peter, if I was you, I'd really be pissed because the sprinkler system that is on separate systems, so he didn't need to turn the ones on near you. I don't know why they did, but it happens. I think it was timed out. Can we please stop talking about firing Todd and Jason? I totally agree. I have said that many times. I will continue to say, please stop talking about firing them. What's good, fellas? Happy Victory Monday.
Victory!
Please no hating for the Bucs fans tonight. Let's appreciate a good win our team needed. David says, I think we need to go back to a 4-3 instead of the 3-4. That way we don't have our edge rushers 10 yards down the field trying to cover wide receivers. Good point. Appreciate the opportunity to talk Tampa Bay with Tampa Bay Ray. Hey, Webhead, says Roger Shoe.
Acknowledge me.
Hit that button, folks. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Appreciate the segment as well. Absolutely. Yaya, Logan, Hassan all played great hustle energy yesterday. Just relentless all game. That's improvement. There you go. I am not reading your comments anymore, Van House, and I'm not taking any more calls tonight. I'm going to get out of here. Yo, Peter Blake. Thank you very much, Ed. Let's see. Thanks, Ray. David. Ray, I said the same thing on JP show the other day that USF Bulls Brown is the best quarterback in the state. Thanks, Harry. Mike, thank you very much. Great show. Thank you, Broadway. Secondary needs to be fixed. Mike D. Roche's. What's wrong with Harry? Kidney stuff. Anthony Black is emerging as a star. There you go. Yesterday was a great win for our team. We were building up that postseason confidence on the closing stretch. Only playoff teams know about that. And last for the night, I will want to go as well. Orlando road trip. Let's go. I like the idea. I'm a Magic fan. I'm definitely a basketball fan, so I definitely want to see these kids play. We're going to wrap it up there. Sorry if I didn't take your phone calls tonight. We'll be back on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock with the media icon, Mr. TJ Reeves of the Buccaneer Radio Network. Guys, like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. And do 3 things here on a Victory Monday.
Victory!
Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay sports fan, it's your time. We'll see you next time on the evolution of Sports Talk Television. And as we always say to you, go Bucs fans, go Bucs.